Okay, this is the air bench. So Josh, what I'll do is I'll get you to push up against the wall with your hands on the wall. And I want you to slowly walk your feet out with your hands on the wall. Slowly walk your feet out. Pushing up against the wall, making sure your hips against the wall as you're walking out. Keep going, sink down, like you're going to sink into a chair. A little bit more, keep going out with your feet a bit more. That's it, sink down and hold there. Making sure your feet are pointing forward. Keep bringing them forward, knees out. You're going to relax your hands onto your hips there. Making sure your hip is pushed back. You don't have to have your whole upper body, but making sure those hips are pushed back. Sit back into it a little bit more, sink in. Drop down a little bit more, that's it. And you'll hold that for the allocated time, and that is the air bench. This is the supine floor circles and point and flex. So Josh, what I'll do is I'll get you to lie down on your back, nice and relaxed. Keeping one leg down, you're going to lift one leg and put your hands under your knees to hold your leg up, to support your leg. Just lift that at about 90 degrees, good. And all you're going to do is keep your shoulders relaxed to the floor, and I want you to make circles with your ankle. Yes, that's it. Anti-clock, that's clockwise, good. And then go anti-clockwise, slowly, good. Now what I want you to do is point forward and flex back. Point forward and flex back. You would do the allocated amount of reps, then relax and swap over. And that is the supine floor circles, point and flex. So this is downward dog. So Josh, what I'll get you to do is go on your hands and knees with your wrists under your shoulders and your knees under your hips. Open up your knees a little bit, hip width apart, beautiful. So what I'll do is get you to curl your toes underneath your feet, beautiful. Now you're going to lift up your knees and push back with your hips. Keep pushing back with it, that's it. To push back a little bit more. If you can't get your heels flat, just bend your knees slightly. Drop here, drop through there, drop your head back, push back with your hips. That's it. Push back a little bit more. That's it. Hold that, push your head down a little bit. That's it, and hold that for the allocated time. That's the downward dog. Okay, this is the assisted hip lift. So Josh, what I want you to do is lie down on your back and put your feet up here, hip width apart, bent out at 90 degrees. Pointing up, keeping them level. Probably shuffle in a little bit closer to the wall. Keeping your feet flat on the floor, open up at hip width. Arms out at 90 degrees with your palms facing the ceiling. Head straight, open up your knees a little bit, there. So what I want you to do is take your right foot, your right ankle, onto your left knee, keeping your toes pulled back. Keeping your hips onto the floor. Beautiful. So what I want you to do is drive your knee towards the wall gently and hold that. Keeping your hips on the floor, nice and flat, and you'll hold that for the allocated time. Then you'll reset and change sides. That is the assisted hip lift. Okay, this is the upper spinal floor twist. So Joshua, what I'll get you to do is lie on your side like in the fetal position with your knees up at 90 degrees. That's it, and your hands straight out and palm on top of the other palm. Beautiful. So what I'm going to get you to do is pull your right hand right over and keep your head looking at your hand, but I want your knees stuck together, so grab that hand with your knees and hold them together and keep stretching out, looking at your hand, keeping your knees flat and holding that position for the allocated time. That's good. That is the upper spinal twist. Thank you. This is called the static extension position. Okay, so we're going to get you down on your hands and knees. We're going to make sure that the wrists are stacked under the shoulders and that the knees are stacked under the hips. So what I want you to do is push your hand, walk your hands forward one hand length. That's it. And the other hand. Now pull your shoulders to match your wrists. That's it, not too much. Bring your hands back a little bit, just a little bit, that's it, beautiful. Now what I want you to do is to relax your back. Drop your hips, good. And drop through the shoulders, keeping your elbow straight. Dropping your head, just relax through there, Just a little bit forward, that's it. And you'll hold that for the allocated time, and that is the static extension position. These are the standing arm circles. So I get you to stand with your feet pointing forward, hip width apart, about 3 inches. Good. So what I want you to do is make what we call the golfer's grip. So put your hands out straight, and then you're going to curl the fingers to touch the palm of your hands. keeping them straight. Good. You're going to drop them by your side. You're going to pull your shoulders back just in there. Beautiful. Now you're going to raise your arms up at 90 degrees. Beautiful. Pointing your thumbs towards me. Now you're going to rotate your arms forward in about 6 inches circles, following the positions of your thumb. That's it. Good. Keep going, pointing those thumbs forward. And relax. Now you're going to do the same thing with your hands, pulling the shoulders back just a little bit, not too much. Going out to 90 degrees, turning your palms up to face the ceiling. Now you're doing the same thing but rotating backwards. Keep it up. Good. And that's the standing arm circles. Okay, this is called the standing windmill. So I'll get you to stand up against the wall with your feet against the wall, pointing forward, your feet, hip width apart, that's it. Now I want you to go up against the wall with your palms against the wall, head stays against the wall, everything stays nice and back against the wall. Now you're actually going to bend to your left, but keeping your hips in that position. That's it, keeping everything on the wall, stay there. Back the other way, keeping all this nice and straight, just bending from here, going down that way. Good, and back. You do that 5 times in that position, but for this video, just open up your legs a little bit more. That's it, pointing forward. Turn your feet towards me. I'm going to do the same position, keeping the hips still. Back to the middle, back to the other way. Nice. Now opening legs up even further, a couple more inches, go a little bit more. Point them forward, turn that foot directly at me. And doing that again, head against the wall, everything against the wall. Just bending from your hips, bending from your hips. Nice, now bringing your feet back to the original position. That's it, pointing forward, and one more each side. Good, that's the standing windmill. Okay, this is the crocodile. So I'm just get you to lie down and relax on your back and put your arms out at 90 degrees with your palms on the floor. Beautiful. Having your legs hip width apart with your feet, nice and straight, pointing up to the ceiling. Now I want you to pull your toes back, just close your feet up a little bit more. That's it. So with your toes filled back, keep your head straight. Now I want you to lift this leg without moving that leg and place your heel between your second and third toe. Keeping that pulled up, nice. Now in this position I want you to just keep your quads tensed and your glutes. Now together I want you to roll your feet while lifting your hips, stacking it over the other hip. Beautiful. Now turning your head this way. Holding that for the allotted time. Now just turn your head back. Bring your feet back to neutral, taking it off in hip width. Opening up, and then you would swap positions. That's the crocodile. Okay, so this is the hook crossover stretch. So I'm just getting you to lie down. I'll get your arms out at 90 degrees with your palms facing the floor. Beautiful, good. Get you to raise your knees up, please. Both feet flat on the floor, hip width apart, so open them up a little, that's it, fine. And what I want you to do is take your right foot and place it on your left knee. Nice. So as a unit, I want you to rock that way and put your foot flat on the floor. Good, nice. Now I want you to turn your head to your right, hold there, and just put a bit of pressure driving your knee away to the wall. That's it, oh, keeping it flat on the floor, holding it there. Nice. Just putting your head back to neutral, come back, legs back to neutral, and you would go over to your left side. That's